Lucinda Faunce is a outdoor play expert. And now she's going to talk about a science reconnect. Lucinda Faunce, everyone. Sorry, Lucinda Faunce.
All right, there we go. Go ahead. Hi, I'm Lucinda Faunce with Science Reconnect. It's a brand new business that I just started. I was a kid who got to play outside in my backyard. I got to dig holes and try and fill them up with water as fast as possible and learn that it would actually, diffuse down into the ground. Kids don't get to do that anymore. So I have kind of a unique way of teaching science. I bring arthropods and nature into the classroom, and we were doing a tractor pull here with one of the cockroaches, and he was pulling 300 nickels. I mean, this cockroach was just going crazy. And all of a sudden, kid says, "Hey, science lady, the cockroach is eating something white." So I turn around and I look, and I'm like, okay, I realize he's shedding, and we're doing all, but we avoided finishing all of this, and we spent 45 minutes talking about this cockroach and why he was shedding, what was happening, is it hard, is it soft, and what's going to happen. So my job is to go in and excite kids, surprise them, and then explain to them what it was that happened. If I can do my job, and I do it well, then kids, teachers, parents, everyone is going to be excited about what's going on. Kids ask their parents to come into the classroom to find out what the science lady brought along this time, because we do exciting things that are replicable at home. Not all the time, but most of the time they can take it home. If I give them something that they take home, I've done my job if the kid has talked about it at dinner, on the bus, or on the playground to someone else, because not only is he learning science, he's teaching science. Getting kids reconnected with science is very important to me, because very few get it in the classroom anymore because the teachers don't have a lot of time to do that. Science is all about asking questions. They want to know questions about everything. They think I have all the answers. Boy, are they wrong. I have very few of them. So they say, what's going to happen when you do this? I said, I don't know. Let's try it out and find out together. They're amazed that the science lady just doesn't know what's going to happen. So we try it and we work together and we figure things out. They also want to know, if I mix this and this together, what's going to happen? Well, sometimes we're wrong. We're always guessing. We're making a hypothesis. If we're wrong, that's the best thing that could happen, because we get to do more science until we get it right. If you get it right, you do it once, you repeat it to make sure it wasn't a fluke, and then you're done. If you get it wrong again and again and again, then you get to keep doing more science. Science is magic explained. I do a big experiment and kids are like, that was magic. And I'm like, no, it wasn't magic, it was science. And we go through and we explain to them that everything that we do, we can probably break down in and explain bits and pieces, but they're still convinced that a lot of it is magic. I was playing with these kids with dry ice. We were going to do a little 20-minute segment on dry ice, liquid, solids, gases. This is an amazing thing. It'll teach all of that. 20 minutes is what we had. We spent almost 2 hours making bubbles, bouncing bubbles, weighing the bubbles that we had made. We were doing all kinds of things with dry ice. They exhausted the dry ice that I had to use, and we had to move on to a new kind of science, which they were not disappointed in, because then they got to get messy. Allowing kids to use all of their senses. If they can touch it, see it, smell it. I usually avoid taste with most of my science experiments. Some of the time we do cooking, and then it's okay, but usually taste we kind of skip over. But if they can experience it, all of that, they'll actually internalize it, and they can take it on in the rest of their life and do new and different things without having to have the science lady there to do it. One of my favorite things to do is to play with magnets, because kids don't play with magnets anymore. I always used to like to try and force them together and get them apart. Kids don't know they can do that, so I tell them they're on your refrigerator. Go home and find out what they will stick to and what they won't, and they don't believe me that there are certain metals that it won't stick to. So they go home and try it. Stand back. I'm going to try science. That's how I kind of end all of my presentations. I have my lab coat on and my gloves, and I put on my protective eye gear, and they take 2 steps back, because they're really not sure if it's going to explode, if it's going to flash, if it's going to be loud. They have no idea. But I'm trying to reconnect kids to science using rec programs, schools, birthday parties, senior centers. I don't really care who it is that wants to be excited about science. I will do it. They call me Mrs. Science, and I love it. One lady trying to get kids reconnected with science here in Lincoln.
Nice job, Lucinda. Thank you. Kind of a hired gun for homeschoolers. I love it.